If you want to become a communication genius, become broken, become depressed. I watched this Jubilee video where Dr. K, a known psychiatrist, had a conversation with multiple depressed patients. And what I noticed from almost every single one of them was, man, they were so self-aware. Their ability to express their emotions, what was going inside their mind was just amazing. It was like satisfying. You just listen to them and man, if people knew how to talk like this in everyday conversations, man, society would be so much better. But that's, I think, one of the problems. A lot of people don't, because a lot of people have just not hit that level where they are forced to become that self-aware and to understand who they are, right? This does not happen if your life is going well, if you stay within your four walls, if you stay within the comfort zone. It's only the people who are broken, who are depressed, who are anxious, who are forced to ask themselves, what the fuck is going on inside me? It's only those people who are forced to understand what their emotions are, how their mind works, and how they can leverage it to become an overall more fulfilled individual again. Like, these people are humble, benevolent, and based on the way how they speak, seem like they are the most sane individuals in the room, even though they are the ones with the mental health conditions. You know, when I was jogging today, I heard something from David Goggins, and you can say about him what you want, but he mentioned how there's great power in adversity, and when it comes to hitting rock bottom, being in a very difficult state, and therefore being forced to understand how it even came to this in the first place, learning coping mechanisms, all that kind of stuff, and therefore becoming a more sophisticated, more well-articulated individual, that's where his saying really comes to life. And I think a lot of people who are in the condition of being depressed, anxious, just extremely sad, something like that, who are self-aware, I think they underestimate their ability to get out of the state that they're currently in. As we all know, the number one skill on this planet is communication, right? It's the bridge that you have between who you are and how other people perceive you. And if that skill is mastered, life just becomes so much more easy, right? Not just in job interviews, also when it comes to dating, when it comes to expressing how you're feeling to your friends and so on, to your parents, in so many different ways. It will improve your, in every single fucking way, it will improve your life. So to everybody who is self-aware to a point where you say, okay, I'm so self-aware that I don't even know if I fit into this society, leverage that skill. Talk more about yourself. Let more people know about your stories. There are so many people who are willing to listen to you. If not yet in public, there will be enough people in this YouTube comment section, although maybe not. Well, I will at least listen to your comments, so maybe that's a good thing. But you get the point. Open yourself up. You already have a skill that so many people struggle with. So many people, for example, in the corporate world, do or are forced to take communication classes because they just suck, because they don't know how to express themselves clearly. But you, if you are somebody who would consider themselves to be broken either now or in the past, have learned this skill basically automatically. You were forced to, because else your life would have still stayed shit. And perhaps your life is still not the best, but the fact that you have this skill is just the prerequisite for it becoming better. And it will become better if you leverage it. And I can just speak from my own life. I remember when I was near rock bottom about a year ago, things were pretty shit, and it was really hard to just get beyond the day, to just motivate yourself to just go through another day of living. And when I look back on that period, I am so happy that it happened. Because I forced myself to, well, it was not forcing myself. I felt naturally compelled to listen to all the podcasts that were out there that were focused on regulating your emotions, understanding who you are, how to properly love yourself, and so on. And all of those things that I did back then created the version of myself that I am today, and that version is so much better. But we don't have to stop there. We can go one step further and accept that there is so much lying ahead of us, or you. Like, leverage the skill that you have for job interviews, for relationships, for dating. It's something that so little people have, and you will be admired for it. The fact that you already have it, have the skill, is a blessing. Like, if there's one good thing you got out of hard times, it's this. This brings me back to the beginning of the video where I referred to the Jubilee episode with Dr. K and those depressed individuals. Man, that surprised me, but the more I thought about it, the more it just made sense to me, especially when reflecting on my own life. So you can tell me what you think of this, if you notice some similar pattern within other people, but also within yourself, right? Man, I'm happy to hear everybody's stories. Connecting, man, it's so important nowadays, and talking about this shit, I think, really does wonders for society. It really uplifts us and turns us into better people. So let me know. And the only thing I can say is I wish you an amazing day or evening, depending when you're watching this. Never stop chasing your dreams. Never compare yourself to other people. And we'll see each other soon. Peace.